Hello, and welcome to our first movie review. This is a review on the 1954 tokusatsu film, Godzilla. Now, what more can be said about this film that hasn't already been said by everyone who's reviewed this film? It created the Kaiju genre, started the Godzilla franchise, and influenced dozens of monster movies. However, despite the franchise's reputation, the first Godzilla film is a much darker film that takes the idea of a giant rampaging monster very seriously. During the post-war era in Japan, war films were becoming frowned upon in the film industry because of World War II, as well as the atomic bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. So Toho Company Limited went looking for an alternative. Tomoyuki Tanaka came to them with the idea of a nuclear-irradiated sea monster attacking Tokyo. Ishiro Honda was hired to direct the film, with effects by Eiji Tsuburaya. For casting, Akira Takarada was cast to play Hideto Ogata, and I apologize if I'm mispronouncing any of these names. While Takarada had a small role in the film, and then the Liberty Bell rang, this was his debut as a leading actor. He would continue to appear in several of the Godzilla films afterwards, but as completely different characters. Momoko Koichi was cast as Emiko Yamane. She, alongside Akira Takarada, and several others, all joined as part of Toho's New Faces program. Akihiko Hirata was cast as Dr. Daisuke Serizawa, and finally, Takashi Shimura was cast as Emiko's father, Dr. Kyohei Yamane. Shimura wasn't a newcomer like the others. He had roles in Seven Samurai, which came out the exact same year, and Rashomon. Production took place over a 51-day period. The special effects were done by a crew led by Eiji Tsuburaya. Originally, Godzilla was going to be portrayed through stop-motion animation, but they went with a man in a suit instead, because it was quicker and easier. Haruo Nakajima portrayed Godzilla. To say that it was tough being inside the suit would be an understatement. First of all, the suit weighed about 220 pounds, or 100 kilograms. Second of all, it would get extremely hot inside the suit. Hot enough to the point where Nakajima actually passed out quite a few times during filming. Miniature sets were used for all the buildings and vehicles Godzilla smashes. Effects photography lasted about 71 days. It wasn't just Tsunomation that was used. Optical effects were also used for composite shots, and even a shot of stop motion was used for Godzilla's tail. A very derpy hand puppet was used for the occasional close-up shot of the big guy. For the music, Akira Ifukube was hired to compose the score. He also created the sounds Godzilla makes. His roar was done by rubbing a resin-coated leather glove down a double bass, creating the unnatural roar that Godzilla emits. Godzilla is an absolutely stellar movie. It's more than a typical giant monster movie. The entire cast all bring their A-game, every single one of them. Not a single bad performance, which combined with an outstanding screenplay by Takeo Murata and Ishiro Honda, makes for likable and sympathetic characters. There aren't any cartoony villains, nor any big boisterous characters, just well-written three-dimensional people. However, the real star of the whole film is Godzilla himself. The film introduced everything that made Godzilla, Godzilla. From his look, his roar, his atomic breath, his invulnerability to conventional weapons, it all started here. Godzilla is not a typical giant movie monster. He's a deadly force of destruction. A monster who would cast a shadow over the rest of this franchise. The special effects are actually not bad, and still hold up to this day, despite the stereotype of a man in a monster suit equaling crap. Outside of some wonky effects, like that hand puppet of Goji Boy, this film is not only a fantastic monster movie, but just a fantastic movie in general. Godzilla is an outstanding movie with a powerful message that's still relevant even today. It also kickstarted an entire franchise and introduced one of cinema's most iconic monsters. The final verdict for Godzilla is an astounding 10 out of 10. This film's an all-time classic, and is a film everyone must see.